Support WrestleTalk!
Donate on Patreon.
The Usos and New Day have a great match. Baron Corbin, AJ Styles and Ty Dillinger have a great match. And Kevin Owens and Shane McMahon had a great twist. Wait a second. Did WWE just put on an excellent show? I'm Ollie Davis and I'm choosing to forget Jinder Mahal versus Shinsuke Nakamura happened. And this is Hell in a Cell 2017 in about 4 minutes. American Beta beat the Hype Bros in the Hell in a Cell pre-show match. A match so pre-show that Hardcam didn't seem to be ready, with all the establishing shots coming from through the middle rope. The main card opened with the Usos versus the New Day. Surprisingly, Xavier Woods joined Big E inside the cage instead of Kofi Kingston, which isn't the safest gimmick match to return from injury for. Both teams pushed the boundaries of a PG product, ingeniously making spots feel far more brutal than they actually were. The match's real brilliance, though, was in the players' emotion and story. The Usos ganging up on isolated New Day members, Kofi distraught on the outside, and by far the best, Big E entering rage mode. Trademark Alex Riley. Funny can draw money when you drop the comedy, revealing a serious badass underneath. Despite Woods breaking up an excellent near fall, still in handcuffs, the Usos hit their double splash on him with a chair to regain the tag team championships. Rusev took a lot of his match against Randy Orton, which is sadly the newest form of WWE 50-50 booking. Give one guy the majority of the offense to protect him when he gets beat by a few moves at the end. Ty Dillinger was added to the AJ Styles Baron Corbin US title match during the pre-show, which would have been much better if done on Tuesday's episode of Smackdown, but it still ended up being a masterstroke, as this not only turned out to be a terrific three-way, it also gave Corbin someone other than AJ to pin. Who would have thought it? US title matches work a lot better without massive ad breaks in the middle. Natalya worked over Charlotte's left leg for the majority of their women's championship match, setting up a sharpshooter finish that never came. She went for the steel chair DQ instead, which is totally fine. This is obviously the start of a feud, not the climactic final encounter, so this was an effective way to further the two's rivalry. Breezango are so good with their Fashion Files act, I don't actually mind being trolled by them. They had just the right amount of self-aware when moving on from the 2B mystery, which they supposedly solved during their 4-week hiatus. There are many things no one could have predicted about the success of Fashion Files, the Ascension getting over as sympathetic baby faces being chief amongst them. SmackDown's top championship feud with one of wrestling's most charismatic performers, and this was just a match. It's like a production runner got the US and WWE title scripts the wrong way round in the company printer. Shinsuke Nakamura's visible pin was thwarted by the Singh brothers, so Jinder retained dirty yet again. The pay-per-view sag continued into Bobby Roode versus Dolph Ziggler, a match that had rave reviews from the house show circuit, but was never given a chance to get over here, being put in the main event buffer slots for the night. Ziggler's big entrance was no entrance. He didn't have any music or a Titantron video. Just like the Natalya-Charlotte feud, the dirty finish and post-match attack was the opening chapter in the feud's larger story. Thankfully, the main event more than made up for the show's lackluster previous hour with spectacle, shocks, and Kevin Owens cosplaying as Seth Rollins. The first half of the match took place inside the cage, with a shooting star press, KO cannonball off the apron through a table, and a coast-to-coast on a trash can, after which the referee incorrectly called a rope break. Hey, I didn't know it was a Fool's Count Anywhere match. Thank you, tip you waitresses. The second half was far more emotionally investing, mainly because I was genuinely scared someone was going to die. Shane and Owens fought seemingly forever on top of the cage, hitting backdrops, suplexes and pop-up powerbombs on the thankfully stable panels. My heart jumped with every bump, and it was a very effective use of spectacle tension. The most memorable part, though, was the finish. Shane recreating his top of the cage elbow spot from WrestleMania 32 for Sami Zayn to drag Owens out of his way. Sami's performance was just as good as anything KO has done in recent weeks, acting both conflicted and angry at the same time. And interestingly, Kevin didn't appear to be in on the plan. It was a shocking twist, a genuine cliffhanger, and most importantly, put Sami in a main event storyline. So that was Hell in a Cell 2017 in about 4 minutes. Here's SmackDown's ratings recap from top to bottom. Smackdown, smacktastic, smack bang in the middle. Riddle, Ellsworthy, and worst Rusev Day ever. I'll reveal my score very shortly, but first, vote in the poll above my head to give yours. I'll announce the results in tomorrow's WrestleTalk news. Raw's recent No Mercy show had a fantastic first half, but a very lackluster second. After Jinder versus Nakamura and Ziggler versus Roode, it seemed Hell in a Cell was on a similar path, but a spectacle of a main event and a very intriguing Sammy heel turn made this one of my favourite WWE pay-per-views of the year. The other highlights being the Usos versus New Day, the US title 3-way, and Fashion Files comedy. For the first time I've been doing these reviews, I'm giving a WWE pay-per-view the top rating. Hell in a Cell 2017 for me is Smackdown. But what about the Undertaker WrestleMania match that never happened? And let's remember 5 times wrestlers hit fans. Click the videos to the left to learn more, press subscribe, and support WrestleTalk on Patreon. I've been Ollie Davis, and that was some bloody enjoyable wrestling.